The relationship between science and religion has been a contentious issue for centuries, with many scientists and skeptics attempting to convince Christians that God is not real. This phenomenon can be attributed to several factors, including the perceived incompatibility between scientific principles and religious dogma, the desire to promote critical thinking and empirical evidence, and the concern that religious beliefs can hinder scientific progress in societal development. One primary reason scientists try to convince Christians that God is not real is the perceived conflict between scientific principles and religious dogma. Many scientists view the natural world as governed by laws and principles that can be understood through observation, experimentation, and evidence-based reasoning. In contrast, religious beliefs often rely on faith, revelation, and supernatural explanations, which can be seen as incompatible with the scientific method. Scientists may argue that the existence of God is not testable or falsifiable, and therefore, it is not a valid subject for scientific inquiry. By promoting a naturalistic worldview, scientists aim to discourage supernatural explanations and encourage a more empirical understanding of the world. Another reason scientists try to convince Christians that God is not real is to promote critical thinking and empirical evidence. Scientists often view religious beliefs as based on dogma, tradition, and personal experience, rather than empirical evidence and rational inquiry. By encouraging Christians to question their beliefs and seek evidence-based answers, scientists hope to promote a more critical and skeptical approach to knowledge. This can lead to a greater emphasis on education, scientific literacy, and intellectual curiosity, which are essential for advancing scientific knowledge and addressing global challenges. Furthermore, scientists may be concerned that religious beliefs can hinder scientific progress and societal development. For instance, the rejection of evolution by some Christians can lead to a lack of understanding of the natural world and the importance of science in addressing global issues such as climate change, pandemics, and food security. Similarly, the opposition to stem cell research, contraception, and LGBTQ+ rights by some religious groups can hinder medical progress and perpetuate social injustices. By promoting a secular and evidence-based worldview, scientists aim to create a more rational and enlightened society, where decision-making is guided by empirical evidence and critical thinking rather than religious dogma. It is also worth noting that the attempt to convince Christians that God is not real is not always driven by a desire to undermine religious beliefs per se, but rather to promote a more nuanced and contextual understanding of faith. Many scientists recognize that religious beliefs can provide comfort, meaning, and purpose to individuals, and that they can play a positive role in promoting social cohesion, morality, and community engagement. However, scientists may argue that these benefits can be achieved without necessarily believing in the supernatural or divine, and that a more humanistic and secular approach to ethics and values can be more effective in promoting social justice and human well-being. In conclusion, the attempt by scientists to convince Christians that God is not real is driven by a range of factors, including the perceived incompatibility between scientific principles and religious dogma, the desire to promote critical thinking and empirical evidence, and the concern that religious beliefs can hinder scientific progress and societal development. While this endeavor may be seen as confrontational or disrespectful by some, it is ultimately driven by a desire to promote a more rational, enlightened, and evidence-based understanding of the world. By engaging in open and respectful dialogue, scientists and Christians can work together to promote a more nuanced and contextual understanding of faith, science, and the human experience. Ultimately, this can lead to a more informed, compassionate, and equitable society, where individuals can pursue their beliefs and values without fear of persecution or marginalization.